This clip's brought to you by ServiceNow. AI is only as powerful as the platform it's built on. With the ServiceNow AI platform, your AI, data, and workflows all work together, connecting every corner of your business. To see how you can put AI to work for people, visit servicenow.com/AI-agents. Maybe the two best forehands in history are Roger and Rafa, but for completely different reasons.
Yeah, I agree. I'm curious I've studied Roger's forehand so much.
Yeah.
And he has, it's great the way that we outlined a lot of the players of the previous generation. We talk about the players now being like a compilation of the big three or the big four. Roger's forehand had the ability to take time away and catch the ball early like Andre. He could redirect you right off the baseline, right off the short hop. He had a great running forehand like Pete, even like Delpo. And I feel like Roger just had the variety, whereas if he wanted to go short cross off the court and swing you that way and then redirect a bunt up the line when the whole court's open, he could do everything. It wasn't a one-dimensional boom. Some guys have just massive forehands. It wasn't that it was so big. It made you feel so rushed and it took so much time away.
There's a couple of things. He didn't, like, when Delpo laid into one, you felt heat.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't really feel heat with Roger. His ability to, he's like Maddox. Like, his ability to, you put it on his shoe tops to perfect spin, play it up, it flutters up on your backhand. Like, his racket control when he was beat was so annoying. Like, he could flip, not like Andre where he's,
injecting pace, like
firming
Andre,
it up.
yeah.
He could get out of it with one. So let's like play a hypothetical point. Like, he serves, you stick a return middle. He flutters one up to your, like, and people don't even realize what he's just done after watching.
And on TV, you have no idea how hard that shot is. Like, because the height that he's creating
He
over
just
the
makes
net.
it look so smooth.
But then it's not an accident.
Yeah.
So I stick it, let's say I pull it off, I actually succeed in what I'm trying to do on a return. He, off of his, ball could be behind him, little racket movement, he'll flip it up to where it's fluttering high on my backhand.
And now
he
you're
knows
running.
He knows that I can't punch him out from there.
Yeah.
So then all of a sudden,
The chip
he either
starts.
pulls the string, but he can go this little flutter one, and if I don't hit that next backhand well, to Chris's point, he's taken an angle where he's made up 6 feet, and now he's 3 feet inside the court. He's here, and I'm all of a sudden stuck, and I don't know if he's going
You got to guess.
forehand or backhand.
Yep.
And at the last second, like, he could be going here, and then if you move,
He would hold it, wouldn't he?
he would like wait and then just lay. So he hit more winners at 40
Slow,
miles an hour,
very
where
slow.
you look so stupid, and everyone else just thought you were an idiot, and it's like, you don't understand what just happened.
Yeah.
Do you have an exact point in mind? Are you reliving one right now?
I mean, 12 years of them.
Is there an
But, like,
exact one or many?
Yeah, but the thing that I think he did better than anyone else was not take your time away with pace, but with the angle to the ball.
Yeah.
He never, ever took a bad angle.
Yeah.
Especially against people that couldn't create the speed or the depth of a Rafa or a Novak. They were able to kind of neutralize him in very different ways. But like against normies, he'd hit a serve, and he could see it immediately. If you didn't hit it perfect,
And it was going to be short.
he was kind of inside the court and had you both ways. And it was like, pick your poison at that. But like the recognition off your racket and the ability to use his forehand, and also in stride. Like, most people, they move, they set, and then they go. He could be like falling this way, and he would like almost like walk into his forehand either way. He could hit it without his feet being set and still take like a full swing. So it's like he's beating you with 3 steps inside the court, and then he's beating you with another step or two because he doesn't need both feet to be set to actually do something with it. I mean, he could be moving left and lay it off right. He could be moving right and like hit it either way, flat line, or like he's saying, pull it off the court. So you were constantly in this thing where you could never fully commit when you were on defense.
And I want to talk about the thing you said about taking time away again, Mike. So when I was growing up, coaches would always tell you the ball lands short, you want to move your feet up to it to take time away. So you don't have to hit it harder and take more risk. You just get the same effect by limiting your opponent's ability or time they have to react. But what happens is when you take a line to the ball and you're running almost to it or at an angle, as opposed to letting it come back, you're taking time away from yourself. So it's like there's a catch-22 there. There's a point where it's like, I need to take time away, but I don't want to get caught hitting the ball too close to my body. I still want to be able to extend to the point of like what Andre did super well, what Roger was able to kind of manage those hard balls at his feet, redirect. Like, I've talked to a lot of really good players with really good forehands, and we always talk about Roger's right foot when he got inside the court using that right foot to take it line or take it cross. He made it look so easy. And then you get on the practice court and you're like, hey, let's rep some. Like, feed one coming in at an angle. I'm going to cut the angle off. And even in feeding, it's tough to time it. And you don't have pressure. You don't have wind. You don't have anything. It's like, that's just a tough shot to do. And he made it look so easy to the point where, yeah, like 14-year-olds like myself in practice trying to just charge balls to take time away. But now maybe we're missing it long. Because just like Delpo had 8 extra feet to hit into, when Roger takes time away, he's got like 3 or 4 less feet. He's trying to get the ball over the net and down and be in position. And you turn it on and you look, you go, it looks way easier than it actually is.
So he could beat you for pace. He could beat you with angles to the ball, so court positioning. And then he also had this annoying thing that made you look so stupid. He would set and then he would take almost like a bluff step. Right? So like if I'm coming up,
oh man,
if I'm coming up, like I don't know, let's try it. So if he's coming in here, right? And normally you kind of run through the shot and hopefully we get this on one of them. He would kind of act like he was running through, give you a stutter step.
Make you move.
To where you would kind of set like this and then like your knees would buckle and then he would like bite it off. So he was bluffing you, like the ability to cut off the angle. So that's one thing you have to deal with. He could hit it flat or like people don't talk about how spinny he could hit his forehand.
Yeah, man. When I practiced with him, I was shocked.
And he could hit it like he could swing full and it would have like this little flutter.
Yeah.
Like it was absurd. So he could inject pace and then he would bluff you with his footwork. Like you would be here and he would take like a stutter step, see where you kind of fell or committed to, and then he would like turn it the other way. I'm like,
so when you're
in stride.
When you're on the other end of that type of like stutter step annoying. Or someone holding it, you in tennis, same thing with returning a serve, returning any shot.
Yeah.
You get in a cadence and a rhythm of your opponent's timing of their swing. So you know ball bracket goes up, down, swing. And over the course of a match, you're seeing that over and over. So you kind of get a feel for the cadence. Same thing with the serve. How some servers can change their toss, go quick toss, go higher toss. It disrupts the timing of like when it's a split, there's a split, now I can go. Well, when that timing gets disrupted on a short forehand and you're thinking, okay, split, wait, he's not hitting. And now you're kind of now you're off and he's just waiting to see. You're a little bit off balanced or you commit overly, you just commit to, I'm guessing this way. He'll just do that step, get a look out of the corner of his eye, roll it over there 40 miles an hour. And you're kind of like, well, what do I do?
Oh. So everybody else on the list, it sounded like it was a lot of power. It was a lot of like being.
That's my takeaway.
Everybody else on the list sounded like a lot of it was like power and like being like almost so perfect at what their forehand is. But here it sounds more that he was able to be perfect, but subtly perfect in multiple ways.
Multiple different ways.
Like the variety. I don't know that anyone's ever had like more variety.
Yeah.
And then the last one on the list is change the and then I have an asterisk next to one just based on.
Before you get to Rafa, you have an asterisk next to somebody.
I do. Rafa is obviously the guy. Change tennis. No one's ever hit it harder with more spin.
Yeah.
It jumps. Like you would play a professional player who hit it hard, heavy, and you're like, man, that's a lot. And then you play Rafa, and it's just different. He changed everything. Nobody could attack Roger's slice before he came along. And then all of a sudden, Roger's slice, someone can actually create and inject, and it's not risky. Like it spins. He changed. Rafa changed everything, and he's one of the guys who grew up with that string.
Yeah.
Right? So we're seeing this freak of an athlete who can create this speed, has this magical ability, and then someone gave him the wand.
Yeah, a cheat code
that makes his already insane skill 40% better, right? And then he can just hold it. Like people are like, I don't understand why people don't come in anymore. It's because of like Rafa.
Yeah.
Like how are you going to come in? You have to be so perfect. How are you going to, the only time, I mean, I would serve and volley against him because that's your best approach shot.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't, on a first serve. But like you come in, if he has any time, whatever, he's creating, the ball is tumbling by the time it gets to you. So you can't just hit a straight flat volley. You have to actually kind of get under it and then stick it enough to where he doesn't have enough time to do it again. And he can hit off both, he can create that spin off both, we're talking about forehands right now, but he can do it off both wings. He's a natural righty. How annoying is that? It's absurd. Like he throws headbands into the crowd right-handed after he wins.
Everything righty, and then
talent's a joke.
When you talked about why players don't come in anymore, I've as a player who tries to come in a lot, you know you're going to get passed. But I've worked with a lot of coaches who we would talk about the position. You're like, oh, you come in, you shade this way so that, look, if they hit it here, you're one step here or you're two step here. And I go, it's not that I can't touch the ball. It's not that touching the ball isn't the problem. If I come to net, I can get a racket on most of them. It's the ball's dipping. And now I'm having to like carve at it and create spin because just holding it flat, the ball's just going to play my racket. What? So it's not just, oh, can I touch here, touch here? It's like, no, that ball they can go right at the center net strap. Yeah. The ball drops below the level of the net. I'm a sitting duck if I don't execute a perfect volley.
Yeah. The thing, also, this is a side tangent because we're supposed to be on forehands, but to your point, when you come in and you're playing these guys who can create this speed off of both sides, people are like, I can't believe he's missing volleys. No, you're missing volleys. It's the same. Because you have to take risk. You have to stick them, otherwise you're dead.
No.
Like I could go out today and play. Like I could not miss a volley for an hour, right? Maybe that's a stretch. I could not miss a volley. I could not miss hardly any volleys if all I had to do was make them anywhere. Like that's not the point. If you're out of position and Roger's, coming in, you have to create something. Not only do you have to make it, you have to stick it to where you're out of position. You're giving up the entire court. If you don't hit it well, they're just picking you off easily.
Yeah.
So it's like, I can't believe you missed that volley. It's not about the volley. It's about doing enough with the volley to where it's not instant death if you don't hit it perfectly. Like it's all, and you have to make these decisions within half a second. But like Rafa, there's no more depressing place to be. And we've talked about Roger's ability in the middle of the court. Rafa hits this tumbler to your backhand. Like it's going away from you. The hardest shot to redirect is a backhand line for most people. It's going away from you, so you have to pull the outside of it a little bit. So even if you want to hit a line, like you have to hit
You got to aim almost like middle.
You have to hit it perfect, otherwise he's getting another forehand.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what's the other option? Stick it cross court, because if you leave it short, you're dead. He was able to get on that like back left leg, and all of a sudden you're obviously check stepping left because you have to protect the big ball going away to your backhand side, right? Yeah. You always have to protect that. When you knew he was playing well, and he was just like, you'd be like 2-all in the first set somewhere, and he would lean back on that leg, he'd hit 2 here, and then the third one you're here, and he would wait till the last second. You would have to check step, and then he would just go and just rip city line. He would hit a winner, and he would hit a winner that was 4 feet inside the sideline and a foot past the service line. Purely just because he knew that you had to protect the spin on the backhand side. And you knew it was coming, but you didn't know when.
Yeah.
And so, like, he basically just takes all the strategy out of it.
And what's amazing, too, about those one-off forehand lines, I'm sure you know it because you experienced it playing them, it doesn't take that many of them before it messes with your mind as the opponent, because you're always anticipating, he's going to my backhand, he's going to my backhand, he's going to my backhand, he's going to my backhand. He nails you with one forehand line that you can't even make a move for, and you're like,
that's open.
That's open the whole time.
It's just open.
And then he may not hit that shot again for another game or two. But in your mind, now you're kind of shading back this way, so the ball to the backhand is more effective. And you're so far out, now he may go line again. Oh, no, he's going back out. So he could just kind of use it as sparingly. Just boom, one line to kind of set the tone, let you know that it's there. And then now I just opened you up to just keep going back to your backhand over and over and over and over again. And then obviously against better competition, better players, he had to use it a bit more to kind of keep them off balance. But for the most part, he just knew I can hit my forehand into your backhand, and that is going to be my recipe for success. Now, I do think Rafa was a better tactician, especially later in his career, than maybe a lot of people will give him credit for. It's a conversation for another day. But that for the base of his game in those early stages of his career,
used to the roof.
It was just like rinse and repeat for a lot of guys.
And he had his base setting, like if he wasn't confident in his forehand and he wasn't ripping light on like a faster court, if the court was like this tabletop and I could get it back and actually through the court, then he wasn't going to do. I played him at Indian Wells, and it was like you try to get through that court, he just waits and goes zip, and he's beating me by 6 feet. Like I'm like, this sucks. Like then you get on a fast court, but his base offering, if he's not hitting that one line, is this thing that's up over your head.
And there's not much you can do.
Yeah, you were just saying that before when you were describing, and the people listening wouldn't be able to understand, but you were pointing up over your shoulder and then shoulder. 2 down at your hip.
No, but it's moving away.
And it's moving away from you. Explain a little bit more about that. In order to get
it, like if you hit it like this, it's just you're hitting a foul ball
and
left.
You're losing all your power. You're just
But
trying
also,
to get it.
like think about it. He hits one of those balls line where at the last second he's able to manipulate it and just send it line. that instantly makes his base offering better. Because instead of cheating fully, all of a sudden you have to respect it, like Chris is saying. So he's going, okay, I have him here, and now this one is a little bit more open just because we both know what I just did to him. So this one's going to be open, and they're going to have to respect this one too. It's like pick your poison.
Yeah.
At that point.
So I love watching some of the court level points of tennis because I think, to your point, you get to see the spin and how the ball reacts off the court, because when you're in the high up camera angle, it looks like they're just kind of playing ping pong. Like the ball's just going right there in the strike zone. There's another one right in the strike zone, another one right. And then you get the camera where it's low and you see, oh, that serve was up above the shoulder. He made it look like it was easy to handle, or whoever it is. So, yeah, that ball of not just being up, but up and away, and how your body has to kind of hit the ball, and now your body may be a little further out of position because you had to kind of run through it. Now there's more court open. So there's so many factors at play.
Yeah, and Rafa, obviously, his ability to, like, once he runs around and it's like the opposite.
Once he gets just, oh man,
like you'd have that back end where you're either trying to hit a cross court firm. If you tried to go line and you missed it, and it like, because you have to get the outside of the ball. So sometimes, and by missing it, I mean hitting a great ball and it being a little more middle than you want. He's getting another forehand and he's sending you this way, inside out. Like his ability to quickly get around, I mean, and just look for that ball, and his footwork, different types of footwork, wasn't like inside the court like Roger, but his ability to get the ball he wants all the time was like unparalleled.
As a guy who used your slice a lot, were you ever able to get a slice to his backhand? No. You couldn't find the backhand?
Only if you went really short.
Which, like again, near the service line area.
But then again, he's a natural righty. So like your reward for hitting a great slice short is the fact that he's going to get up there with two hands, and his backhand cross, he would rip it. He loved hitting that shot. So your reward was dealing with one of the best backhands in the world.
Yeah, you know, Sebi Korda, we were talking one time, and Sebi goes, similar to the Andre thing, he goes, Rafa's forehand gets so much credit, but I don't think people realize just how great his backhand is. He goes, if it weren't for his forehand, we would look at Rafa's backhand as one of the best in the history of tennis.
You can't get away from it. He hits a cross. He didn't like hitting it. I mean, he could pass. He could do all of these things, but his like the fact how he could pass on like the full stretch with that right hand on the outside. But if you left one hanging to that side, you knew where it was going. Yeah. He was going to send it cross court to your forehand, and it didn't matter. Like his base offering, maybe more than anyone in history, if he was executing it, it didn't really matter.
Yeah.
Like he could take his base offering and apply it to Novak. He could apply it to Roger, where like the greatest players in the history of the game had to react. The leftiness is a huge part of it.
Yeah.
Right. But the way his ball tumbled, you had to adjust to him way before he ever had to adjust to you. Right. Like there was just, you had to shorten his footwork. And also, like it needs to be said, every single person on this list, 10 out of 10 footwork.
Yeah.
It's hard to have a great forehand if you have sloppy footwork.
Yeah.
Or a great any shot. Like all of these guys. Courier, those little half steps. Lendl, the long strides into it. Del Potro, the same thing. Like not someone you would think about, but never really off balance hitting a shot. Even if you went through him, Roger, Rafa, like I think it's a non-negotiable to have elite footwork if you want to have one of the best given shots of all time.
Yeah, and being able to hit it well on the move, which I think Rafa has some incredible highlights of his running forehand. We talk about Pete, we talk about Roger, but I think we got to like, for some, I don't know if it's because he's a lefty. There's certain things about Rafa's game we kind of don't maybe appreciate as much. We're just like, oh, he's a lefty. But some of the running forehands that he was able to produce on the outstretched passing shots, like 12 feet behind the baseline, it was a joke.
If you're on a clock, he hits it from 9 to 3.
It was a joke.
Like you can't, like you can cover line. You could be sitting on the line, and he could pass you because it goes, you know where I'm going with it. Because it'll be 3 feet outside the line.
You got to cover the alley.
It's a banana.
You got to commit to, I'm going to hit this out volley.
It's in the alley until
it's not.
2 feet before it bounces. And then it curves like.
It curves back.
It's like a 7-10 split in bowling.
Yeah.
Like it's absurd.